Okay. So we will solve first topic, then we'll go to the questions. Okay. Fine. We'll start the class. Okay. In the last class, 1 minute. Yeah. In the last class, we completed with the seeds and the fruits, right? Now we will talk with the apomixis. Okay. Now I want everyone to listen here. What do you mean by apomixis first? Okay. First, we will study about the apomixis first. Later, we will go for the polyembryony. Okay. 1 minute. Yeah. First, we will talk about the apomixis. Okay. First, let us understood what is the meaning of apomixis. Okay. Apo means what? Away from. Okay. Away from what actually? Okay. That we are going to study. See here. Apomixis. Apo means away from. Okay. Here, apo means away from and mixes means mixed. For example, you can see the mixed fruits, right? Mixed fruits have you seen, right? Is anyone ate mixed fruits? Right? It is nothing but the mixes. In the biology, what we are talking about the mixed means the mixing of the character. Here, the father character and the mother character is going to be mixed in the baby. Yes or no? We all are having a father character also, mother character also. Yes or no? Right? But here, that is due to the sexual reproduction, that is the meiosis, right? But here, what is happening is the asexual reproduction is going to be happen. Here, it is away from the mixing of the both parental character. Here, only one parental character will be there, that is a mother character. Okay, so that is we are going to call as away from the mixed. Okay, away from mingling of the both egg and the sperm. Okay, so let us talk about that. Here in the plants, both the embryo sac and the pollen grain. Okay. Apomixis refers to a formation of the plant from a seed. We all know that if we want to plant a plant means first we will sow the seeds, right? From the seed, we are going to get the plant. Yes or no? But how this seed is going to be formed? We have studied in the last class, right? The seed is going to be formed from the ovule after the fertilization. Yes or no? After the fertilization, the ovule is going to be converted into the seeds and the ovary is going to be converted into. Can I get answer from you? Ovary is going to be converted into. Tell me. Ovary is converted into. Very good, Janvi Hyderabad. Yes. Fruit. Very good, Rakshita. Very good. Carlson, yes, it is going to be converted into, yes, Naveshri, it is going to be converted into the fruit. Yes, so that we know that, right? But here, what is happening in the apomixis, the seed is going to be developed without the fertilization. Then, how that seed is going to be formed? Just we will study about that. Okay, so just remember is the asexual reproduction. Okay, because pollen grain is not evolving, pollination is not involving, right? Here the embryophyte. So the embryo is going to be developed from the female gametophyte without the fertilization. Okay. So here you can see, just remember apomixis means a seed without fertilization. Seed without fertilization. Okay. It is a normal, in the normal or the, you can see that, or the normal, it is a asexual, okay, not sexual. Normal asexual reproduction, formation of the seed without the fertilization. It is called as apomixis. Okay. It is a asexual reproduction that is lead to the formation of the seed. Okay. That is only a single word, guys. You can remember. Okay. Then let us study. It is the asexual formation of the seed from the maternal tissue. We are not involving any paternal tissue here. Only a maternal tissue we are involving, and we are going to avoid the process of meiosis and also the fertilization. Okay, and that is going to be leading to the development of embryo. In this slide, I just want you to understand what we are telling. Okay, there is no involvement of meiosis means. For example, just remember, I will tell you here. This is megaspore mother cell. Okay, this is the female gametophyte. This is the embryo sac you can take. Embryo sac. This is the embryo sac. Okay. Now you tell me megaspore mother cell is diploid or haploid? Megaspore mother cell is diploid or haploid? I think you understood my questions, right, guys? Yes, very good, Larki. That is fruit. Diploid, very good, Nikita. Diploid, megaspore mother cell is diploid, and we studied during the megasporogenesis whether it will undergo the meiosis or mitosis for production of the embryo sac. For the production, sorry, this is the 1 minute, guys, 1 minute. This is the ovule, okay, not embryo sac. 1 minute. Yeah, yeah. So this is the ovule, right? In the ovule, nuclear tissue is there, nuclear there. This is the ovule, right? This is the ovule. Inside that, there is a nuclear tissue is there. Here, megaspore mother cell is there. That is a diploid, right? 1 minute. Yeah. Yes, diploid. Very good, Rakshita. Yes, diploid. Okay. Megaspore mother cell will undergo the meiosis, right? Megaspore mother cell will undergo the meiosis. Then it will form the embryo sac that is having the different cells. In that egg is going to be fertilized with the pollen grain, sorry, with the male gametophyte, right? Male gametophyte. Then it will going to form the zygote. Zygote, right? Then this zygote is diploid. This is going to be undergo the embryo. Yes or no? This is going to be developed into the embryo. Yes or no? But here what is happening? The microspore mother cell is there, right? It is not going to undergo the meiosis. Just it will go the mitosis. Just it will undergo the mitosis. Now you tell me, in the mitosis, the two daughter cells will come, right? The two daughter cells will be diploid or haploid in the mitosis. Very good, Larti. Tell me, guys. The zygote here, the microspore mother cell is undergoing the mitosis now. Now, the offspring, the two cell will be originated, right? The two cells will be whether the diploid or haploid from the mitosis. If it is undergoing the mitosis means, think once again. Think once again, Monica, Nikita. Mitosis means what is happening? The daughter cells will be similar to that of the parental cell. Means parental cell is diploid, right? Here, daughter cell will also be diploid, right? So, daughter cell will also be diploid. The two daughter cells here will be diploid, right? Here, what happened? The zygote is diploid. It undergo further mitosis to give a embryo. Yes or no? But here what is happening? The microspore mother cell undergoing the mitosis, right? It is again, these two cell is undergoing the division, mitotic division, and it is going to give a embryo. It is going to give a embryo. So see here, I am taking these two cell, which is came from the mitosis. It is this cell is undergoing the mitosis, mitotic division. All cell are diploid, right? It is going to form an embryo. This is also going to form an embryo. Is that here we have taken the meiosis here? Is that microspore mother cell undergone the meiosis? No, right? But undergone the mitosis, whether it has give a diploid cell, then it is going to be form a embryo. Okay, so that's why in the apomixis, it is the whatever the embryo we will get, right? Whatever the embryo will get, that are the similar in the apomixis. Apomixis is nothing but asexual reproduction. In the asexual reproduction, the offerings are similar to that of the parent. You understood now? Offerings are similar to that of the parent. Okay. So here, see here, apomictic embryos are genetically similar. So that's why it is called as a clones. Clones. Okay. Remember that. We can see the apomixis in Asteraceae and in the grass family. This is very, very important. Do you understood this? Can you give me thumbs up or your emojis if you understood this means? Very simple, guys. Microspore mother cell, if it is undergo the meiosis, means it will form the zygote and it will form the normal embryo, right? That is the sexual method. If that Microspore mother cell is undergoing the that is the mitosis. Mitosis means there is a asexual reproduction or the apomixis. The daughter cells are similar. Okay. What about others? Brina, very good. What about others? Okay. So let us understand about the apomixis, guys. Here there will be a diplospory, apospory, and adventitious embryo will be there. Okay. In the apomixis only, these all are the types. In the diplospory, what will happen? The embryo sac that will develop from the megaspore mother cell either through the direct, 1 minute. Okay. This will come in this. I think you understood the apomixis, right? Now let us undergo the polyembryony. In the polyembryony, those all the things will come. Okay, fine. So let us understood this. What do you mean by polyembryony? 1 minute. Here let us understood this all the thing. Then we'll go to the polyembryony. Okay. First, let us go to the diplospory. Diplospory means what is happening here? The embryo sac has to be developed, right? How the embryo sac is going to be developed, guys? Embryo sac. How the embryo sac is going to be developed? The microspore mother cell is there. This microspore mother cell is going to be divided into the meiosis, right? It will give rise to the 4 cell, right? In this 4 cell, the 3 cell is going to be degenerate. It is going to be degenerate, right? Only 1 cell will be there, right? This 1 cell, that is the haploid, and it is going to undergo the mitosis, and it is going to be undergo the mitosis 4 times, and it is going to give a 8 cell, right? Sorry, 8 nuclei. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and center 1, 2. Yes or no? Here what happened? Here the microspore mother cell undergo the meiotic division and form the embryo sac, right? That is the stage is the 7-celled 8 nuclei stage, right? But here what is happening? The megaspore mother cell undergoing mitosis, and directly it is going to form an embryo. Directly it is going to form an embryo. Okay. This is another one thing. This is the one thing. Okay. I told you this, explained you in the last slide also. Then coming to the apospory. What is happening in the apospory is the apospory involves development of the apomictic embryo sac from the nuclear cell. Here you can see, guys, the second one I am telling here. Observe here. This is the ovule, right? This is the ovule, right? And here nuclear cell will be there. Nuclear cell, right? And it is covered by the inner integument and it is covered by the outer integument. Yes or no? This is the outer integument, this is the inner integument, and inside is the nuclear tissue is there, right? Here the nuclear tissue is diploid, right? Now this nuclear is going to undergo the mitosis. This is undergoing the mitosis and it is going to be form an embryo. It is going to be form an embryo. There is no fertilization required. Why? The nuclear tissue is a haploid or diploid? Now you tell me, guys. The meiosis is going to be happen in the diploid cell or in the haploid cell? In the diploid or in the haploid, the meiosis is going to be happening. Go back to the cell cycle and cell division chapter. What you studied there? In the diploid, the mitosis is going to be happen in the meiosis is going to be happen in the diploid only. Yes or no? In the diploid only meiosis is going to be happen. But what is the result of diploid? What is the result of mitosis? Diploid. Result of meiosis is the haploid, right? But here nuclear is going to be divided mitotically and it is going to be form an embryo. If the embryo formed from the nuclear means that we are going to be called as a apomictic apospory. Okay. Now let us understood about the adventitious embryo. Adventitious embryo means apart from the egg, apart from the nuclear, there are which layers are there? Can you tell me? Apart from the egg, apart from the nuclear, how many layers are there again? Tell me. Other layers are there. You can see, right? Others layer are there in the ovule, right? Which are those? I've written here. You can think and tell me. Think, guys. After the nuclear, what is there? Outside. After the nuclear, outside, which layer is there? No one is thinking. Huh? I've written on the slide also. Outer and very good, Nikita. Yes. Outer integument and the inner integument. Yes or no? So here the embryo is going to be formed from the integument. Okay. So integument is not actually involved in the formation of the embryo, right? But here it is going to be involved in the formation of the embryo. That is, we are going to be called as adventitious embryo. Okay. If you want to make a note of this means, kindly make a note of this slide. I will give you a 1 minute. Kindly make a note of this. Okay. I think you understood this thing, right? Apomixis. The apomixis, if it is forming from the embryo, so it is forming from the megaspore mother cell and it is called as a diplospory. If it is forming from the nucellus cell, it is from the apospory. If it is from the integument, this is going to be called as the adventitious embryo. You all know that adventitious root, right? Adventitious root you studied in the class 11, yes or no, morphology of the flowering plant, right? So that is nothing but the where the root is going to be formed from the other from the radicel, right? So that's why it is called as an adventitious embryo because it is forming from the integument. Okay, fine. So if you understood this means, let us go to the polyembryony. In the polyembryony is a development of more than one embryo from a single fertilized egg or seed. There will be a more embryo will be there in the seed. Okay. So that we are going to be called as the polyembryony. Okay. In a single, what will happen? More than one embryo will be formed in the single fertilized egg. Okay. Or in the single fertilized seed. Okay. So that is resulting in the multiple offspring. Those are genetically identical. In some case, it will be only in some. Only in some it will be genetically identical. In some it will be genetically not identical. Let us go through the embryo division. Embryo division is very easy, guys. I think you all know about the identical twins. Do you know identical twins, guys, in the humans? How many of you know identical twins in the humans? Have you seen any identical twins? Identical twins have you seen? Yes, Hyderabad also seen. What about others? Rakshita, even in my family also I have seen that identical twins. My father brother is identical twin. Like that, we can see that Here what will happen? Yeah. Yes, yes. In Larti Vidyalaya also, she saw that twins, right? How their identical twins is formed means, here you can see, guys, the egg is there, right? Here the egg is there. This is the egg. Kindly see here the sperm. Okay, a single sperm only. Okay, single sperm, not two sperm. Okay, the single sperm is going to, that is, fertilize this egg. Okay, so now this egg is going to be form a zygote, right? This egg will form the zygote. The zygote is diploid now, right? Now what will happen? Now it is undergoing the mitosis. It will undergo the mitosis division. Now it is going to be form a cells, right? So many cells it is going to be formed, right? Once upon a time, we also like this only, right? Embryo, right? Now what will happen? This embryo is formed, right? It is like more than some 7 cells or 8 cells is formed, right? By accidentally, this embryo is broken. Okay. Now by accidentally, this embryo is broken into two. Okay. Two. This is one and this is two. Okay. Now this is broken into two, but the DNA which is present in that is the same. Yes or no? Because it is came from the one zygote, similar zygote. It came from the similar zygote, from the similar egg and the sperm, right? Only the embryo is broken down into two means this is having the identical genetics. Yes or no? Identical genetic information, right? Now this one embryo is going to be from a baby, okay, or embryo, sorry, baby, and here this also going to be from a baby, right? On that time, both are identical because both are come from the same zygote, single zygote, right? So same thing is going to be happening here also. Here the egg is formed, right? In the development, the egg is going to be form a zygote. Then it is going to be undergo the mitosis to form the embryo, right? This embryo is going to be divided into two. By that, it is going to be form a two different embryos. Two embryos. These are one and two embryos, but are having the similar genetic information. Okay. So that is called as a embryonic. Okay. Embryo development. Then coming to the second, a more than one pollen tube entry. More than one pollen tube is going to be entry. See here, this is the embryo sac we will take. This is the antipodal cells. And here what is happened? There is the synergids and the egg cell is there. Right. Synergids and the egg cell is there. Right. When the pollen tube entry, right? When it's the pollen tube entry, right? It will fertilize the egg. Okay. And another pollen tube will enter and it will going to be fertilize the antipodal cells. What about the antipodal cells? Antipodal cells are haploid, right? Antipodal cells are haploid. And coming to the egg, egg is also haploid, right? What happened now? The one pollen tube is fertilized the egg. Another pollen tube fertilized this antipodal cells, right? What is happened now? These antipodal cells also form the zygote now, right? Then also egg with the male gamete, it is also going to form a zygote, right? Now both are going to be form the embryo. Now both are going to be form the embryo. Okay. This is also case. This is also case where the two embryo is also going to be formed. There may be a chance of three embryo also. There's another pollen tube entered and the another pollen tube is going to be fertilized. Another antipodal cells. There will be a three antipodal cells is there, right? So many pollen tube entered and it is fertilized at the antipodal cells. Then so many embryo is going to be formed, right? Like the four embryo is going to be formed, three from the antipodal cells and one from the egg. Yes or no? So this is called as polyembryony. Okay. And this is another thing here. The ovule is there, right? The ovule. Inside the ovule, embryo sac will be there, right? The embryo sac containing ovule containing more than one embryo sac. These are embryo sac, right? Here, there are so many embryo sacs will be there. More than one embryo sac. In normal ovule, one embryo sac will be there, right? But here, more than one embryo sac will be there. Okay. Obviously, whenever the pollen tube enter into the each embryo sac, each embryo is going to be formed. Yes or no? By that, we are going to get a more embryo. This is another case. Okay. Then coming to the adventitus. Adventitus is nothing but from the nucellar. From the nucellar or from the integument. Integument. the embryo is going to be formed. That is called as a polyembryony. Okay. So here is the theory for you guys. You can make a note of this. Rahul is asking whether you will get confused with your father. No, actually, their style is different. Each person's style is different. My father is in the urban, is in the city, and my father brother is in the village. So their style will be different. So because of that, I can easily identify both of them. Very good question, Rahul. Okay. Then coming to the polyembryony, guys, whatever I told you now, this I have given this in this slide. If you want to make a note of this, kindly make a note of this. Okay. Polyembryony, here you can see you can see this diagram and you can understood, guys. So see here, this is a one seed, right? This is a one seed. Okay. From this one seed, you have got one embryo, two embryo, and three. 1, 2, and 3. From the single seed. Actually, you know that from the single seed, actually, one plant you are going to get. Right? One embryo. But here what is happening? From the one seed, there is a many embryos is getting, many plant you are getting. So that is called as polyembryony. Okay. So here you can see that in this diagram. So this is the embryo. It is formed from the egg. See here, guys, this diagram. This embryo is formed from the fusion of the pollen tube, okay, pollen grain, and it is formed from the, this is the egg, okay, where the fusion of that, it will form the egg and this sperm will form the egg, zygote, right? This is that embryo, okay. And see here, and this is embryo, it is formed in the nucellar region, right? This is formed from the nucellar, okay. And this also embryo that is formed from the nucellar, and this is also formed from the nucellar. Okay, this is, you know, in some films you'll get the like the heroes. The hero is one only, right? There will be some of the side actors, some of the villains will having the wearing the hero like mask. Means hero also wearing the mask and the other villains also wearing the mask. Means all are looking same. All are looking same. In that we can see that the real hero is real hero by removing the mask. Yes or no? Like that, here the real hero is egg. Okay. From the egg, actually the egg is formed from the meiosis and actual fertilization. Okay. From the meiosis. That is a true sexual fertilization. But here what is happening? The nucellar embryo, so many nucellar embryo formed right here. They are like the villains. Means I'm just telling, they are like the villains. They are like looking same like the hero only, but they are came from the different than the nucellar. Okay, just remember this. Nucellar. This is also from the nucellar. See, 1, 2, 3, 5. 5 embryo is there. That's why we are going to call as polyembryo. You understood this? Kindly see this slide. You will understood clearly. Okay, see here. Polyembryo is a development of more than one embryo. Now only seen 5 embryo, right? Fertilized egg. So here we have seen that, right? One egg only fertilized, but so many embryo are there. Then how it is came? It is came from the nucellar tissue, right? See here, or the seed, resulting in a multiple offerings are genetically identical. Okay, see here, multiple offering. These multiple offering came from the nucellar, right? These all are identical, genetically identical, but not the embryo from the egg. The embryo from the egg is not identical to this nucellar embryo, but the nucellar embryos are identical. Okay. So that we are going to be called as a polyembryony. So here it is discovered by the Leeuwenhoek in the citrus seeds. So you all know that seeds, right? In the lemon and in the orange, right? In the orange, he had taken the one seed and then he observed that there the one seed is consisting of the more than one embryo. Okay, there he identified that the types of polyembryony. Now only we studied that more than one embryo sac in one ovule. One seed is there, the one ovule is there, it is having more than one embryo sac. Each embryo sac is going to be fertilized by the male gamete and each one is going to be give a embryo. Then More than one pollen tube, it is entering and it is going to be fertilize the antipodal cell and the synergids. There also, the example is Almus and the Sagittaria. Here, the example is Kasuriana. The cleavage of the embryo, I told, that is similar to the human embryo, right? Identical twins. So here, the example is Orchid and Nicotiana. There we can see polyembryony, that is a cleavage polyembryony. Okay. Then adventitus is by the nucellus or by the integument. The polyembryony is going to be formed. The example is citrus open mangifera. You understood this whole chapter? Now I want you people to tell me which all the topic you studied. Okay, Nikita, I will tell you once again. See here, guys. Because I have told you here, I have explained you here, no? So that's why I told you here. See here, guys. In the types of polyembryony, there is a more than one embryo sac in the one ovule. For example, here you can see this is the one ovule. Okay, this is the ovule. In the normal case, one ovule is in the one embryo sac. One embryo sac. Okay, one ovule is having the one embryo sac. This is a normal condition. Normal, right? But here, what is happening? The one ovule is there, but it is having a different embryo sac. See here, one embryo is there. It is multiple embryo sac. This is also embryo sac. This is also embryo sac, right? One ovule, where one ovule is having multiple embryo sac, that we are going to be called as that we form a pollen. Where I have told you that the each embryo sac, here this all the embryo sac, right? The pollen tube enter to this, and this. Now what will happen? Each are going to fertilize it into the zygote, right? Each from the zygote, right? Because it is fusing with the male gamete, right? Now what will happen? The each are going to be form a embryo. Each are going to be form a embryo. Okay, do you understood this? Students, can you tell me whether my voice is clear or not? Is my voice is not clear? If my voice is not clear, I will answer the poll. Can you tell me? Clear, right? Clear or no? Can anyone tell me whether I'm clear or not? Maybe some network issue, guys. Sorry for that. Breaking. Okay, 1 minute. I will off the mic and again I will start. Okay, 1 minute. Give me a time. I will start once again. Okay. So now I am audible. If my voice is breaking, means kindly tell me in between. Okay. Fine. Thank you, Kiran, and thank you, Nikita. Okay. So now let us go to the more than one pollen tube entering and fertilizing the antipodal cells. Here I have explained you, right? Here I have explained you, right? So here what is happening? 1 minute. Okay. So more than one pollen tube entering. So here I have told you this embryo sac means here antipodal cells are there. 3 antipodal cells are there, right? And here egg is there, and along with the egg, 2 synergid cells are there. 2 synergids are there. Synergid cells are there. Here central cell. We know that central cell is going to be form a endosperm. We are not going to touch that because we need a nourishment, right? So that's why we are not going to touch an endosperm. But what is happening now? The one pollen tube entered and it fertilized the egg. Now it is going to be form a zygote. It is going to form a zygote, and from this zygote, it is going to form an embryo. This is one part. Okay. Now the another pollen tube is entering and it is going to fuse with this haploid antipodal cell. Okay. Haploid antipodal cell, and it is going to be form a zygote. And it is again going to be form a embryo. Okay, I will off the camera. 1 minute. Okay. It is going to be form a embryo. Okay. And again another pollen tube is entering. Again another pollen tube is entering. Okay. And again it is going to be fertilize the antipodal cell. Then antipodal cell is a haploid, right? When it is fertilized by the male gamete is also haploid, right? It is going to be form a zygote, right? And again it is going to be form a embryo. This is called as more than one pollen tube entry. Do you understood this? Thereby we are going to get a more embryo. Nikita, do you understood now, pa? My voice is audible right now? Yes. Okay. Thank you, Nikita. So this is the one type, right? And also the cleavage embryony I told you, where the one egg is going to be formed, that is going to be divided by the mitosis, and it is going to be form a embryo. So here I will tell you the one egg, that is a zygote. The zygote is going to be divide, right? It's going to be form a embryo, right? Now what happened? This embryo is going to be divided into the two by accident. Okay. By accident, is it is divided into two means it is having the same genetic material, same genetic. Why same genetic means it is come from the a single zygote, right? So now this embryos is formed. This is a one and this is a two. Now it is going to be form a offspring, right, baby, and it is going to also form the offspring. Now two offsprings will be there. Both are genetically identical, right? So more than one embryo is there. So that is the that we studied here is the cleavage embryony. Okay. And adventitious embryony, I told you, the cell from the nuclear. Here I explained, right? The cell from the nuclear is going to be divide mitotically immediately. Then it is going to be form a embryo. That is called as an adventitious embryony. Okay. So here you can see the one seed is there, where one seed consisting of the one embryo, two embryo, and the three embryo. So this we are going to call as polyembryony. I think you understood, guys. Now, how many of you understood this polyembryony? Can you give me thumbs up if you understood this topic means? If you go to that slide, once you read means you are going to understand clearly. Okay, fine. So now, well, let us understood what is the parthenocarpy and apomixis. Okay, many will get the confusion between two. Okay, that's why. What I am telling is the apomixis. What is apomixis? Is a type of asexual reproduction. It is actually takes place naturally in the plant. Okay, no need to put any hormone or anything. Okay, it is a natural process. Apomixis is a natural process. What is happening is the here the seed is going to be developed. It is related to the seed. Apomixis. Apomixis is related to the seed. The formation of the seed without fertilization or meiosis, right? The formation of the seed without the fertilization, that is called as apomixis. Okay, so here it is occur in the roses and the oranges. Just remember this, production of seed without the fertilization. But here it is a man-made. We have to do this man-made parthenocarpy. Okay, so what is happening here? The fruit will develop without the fertilization. The fruit is going to be developed without the fertilization. So how we are going to do it here is we are going to apply the flower. The flower will be there, right? For the flower, we are going to apply auxin and gibberellin. Okay. For the flower, we are applying the auxin and gibberellin. By that, the flower will not undergo the sexual reproduction or fertilization. The egg is directly undergoing to the ovary is going to be directly developed into the fruit. Okay, that we are going to be called as a parthenocarpy. Okay, how many of you understood this? Parthenocarpy is formation of the fruit without fertilization. Apomixis is formation of the seed without fertilization. The apomixis is a natural process, whereas we coming to the parthenocarpy, we are using the hormones, that is auxin and the gibberellin. Okay. Yeah, just remember, guys, polyembryony is advantage only. Okay, there is no actually the disadvantages of the polyembryony. Okay, when you talk about the polyembryony, will be more useful in the agriculture. So where the seed is not undergoing the any coming to the apomixis, the seed is not undergoing the any meiosis, right? Here the character will be maintained in the pure form in the apomixis. Okay, in the polyembryony, there is no disadvantages. Coming to the apomixis, there is an advantage. Uh, every year, the farmer is going to take a new seeds, right? If they are we are collecting the new seeds that are undergoing through the meiosis means genetic variations will be included in the seeds, right? By the apomictic seed development, there will be a no genetic information is going to be changed in the seed. Whatever the seeds will be there, that is maintaining its pure character. Okay, the pure character will be maintained in the, yes, Rajat, yeah, maintained in this apomixis. So that's why it will be very useful for the farmers. Okay, so now let us solve the questions, guys. Okay, so I want everyone to answer in the poll. Which part of ovule store reserve food material? Which part of ovule store reserve food material? Here question is ovule. Okay, now tell me which one is the correct answer. You can answer me in the poll, guys. Very good, Rakshita. Very good. What about others? What about others, guys? Okay. Yeah, most of them answered correctly. I need others also to participate in the MCQ. Others also to participate in the MCQ. Very good, Rajat. Very good. 1 minute, Navya. But think about in the plant spa. That is in the humans, right? In the humans, the nourishment through the nourishment for the embryo or the baby through the placenta, right? Baby through the placenta. But what about in the plants? Yes, correct, Pa. So that's why you should not get confused. Your answer is correct, but not related to the plant. Very good, Pa. Yes, okay. I'm ending the thing for you. See here. Yeah, most of them given the A answer. See here, guys. The correct answer is A, nuclear. Now you tell me, for the male gamete or for the development of the male gamete, okay, for the development of the male gamete, which one is going to give a nourishment? Which one is going to act as a reserve food material for the male gamete? For the male gamete, we are studying the microsporangium. Microsporangium is covered by the three layers: epidermis, endothelium, and middle layer. Then the fourth layer is there. Which is that layer? And inside that, the microsporogenous tissue is there. Right? Tapetum. Very good, Venu. Very good. Tapetum. Right. For the male gamete, if they are asking me, the correct answer is tapetum. Okay. If they are asking about the ovule means, that is nucellus. Okay. See here, the embryo sac is there. Here, the nucellus is there, right? The nucellus is going to be given nourishment. Second question. In the angiosperm, the correct sequence of events of the megasporogenesis or the formation of female gametophyte in the ovule is. You all know that in the ovule, the female gametophyte will be there. That is the embryo sac, right? How the embryo sac is going to be developed. Now there are the steps are given. You have to add that in a sequence. Kindly go to the megasporogenesis, not the micro. Megasporogenesis. Very good, Kiran. Very good, Nikita. Tell me, guys, answer for this question. If you understood megasporogenesis means, it is easy to answer. I want you to give answer in the message also, guys. Can you think once again? All are giving answer. Think once again. Think once again, guys. Okay, I will explain you. I will explain you. Then I will expect the answer from you. Okay. I will tell you this process. Then I will expect the answer from you. Let us see how many of you will give the correct answer. Okay. See here, guys. The first process is, okay, the first process, the megaspore mother cell is there, that is diploid. This megaspore mother cell will undergo the meiosis. Okay. It will give rise to the four cells, right? Four megaspores. In these four megaspores, there is a degeneration. The second process is the degeneration of three cells. Okay. The three cell is going to be degenerate. Then what is happening? The only one cell is there, that is called as functional megaspore cell. Functional megaspore cell. Now this functional megaspore cell only is there and the other is degenerated. The functional megaspore cell now undergoing the mitosis, right? Only the nuclei is going to be undergo the mitosis, not the whole cell. The nuclei is divided into two by the first mitosis, then four, then by the third it is going to give a eight. Eight, right? Eight nuclei it is going to give, right? The nuclei is suspended in the embryo sac. In the like it is suspended in the cell, one cell, right? Now the cell wall formation is going to be happen. Now the cell wall is formed, right? Cell wall is formed around the all. In the center there will be a two nuclei, and in the micropylar end there will be egg cell and two synergids, and in the antipodal cells will be at the chalazal end. Chalazal end there will be a three antipodal cells will be there. Okay. Now this is called as a seven cell. A seven cell and the eight nuclei we are going to call as the embryo sac. Okay. Now let us see how many of you will answer. Very good, Rajat. Very good, HP. Very good, Kiran. Very good, Sanjushri. Now you are getting the answer right. Very good. Very good. What about others? Yes, Monica. Yes. What about the others, guys? Kindly just see the question. This question is asked in the last year NEET exam. Last year NEET exam only this question is asked. Not last year actually. In the 23, I think. In the 23, this question is asked. Very good, Ines. Very good, Nikita. The correct answer is D. Right, guys? D. Right? The first one is C. The degeneration. The first one is the meiotic division of the megaspore mother cell. Then degeneration of the three megaspore. Then three successive free nuclear division of the functional megaspore. Then migration of the three nuclei. And last, the wall formation. Right? If you still having the confusion means you can see this video. We have seen also. You can see this steps. If you are having still confusion means. Now you are telling your name, Nitesh. Nitish. Nice. After so many class, now you are telling your name. It's okay. From which chain we are from? HP. Sorry, Nitesh. Okay, guys. So this is about the megasporogenesis. I think you understood this. I hope you understood clearly. Now let us go to the next question. The pollen grains remain preserved as a fossil due to the presence of, we studied, right? The pollen grain has remained for 2000 years and for the 10,000 years, right? Right? Now you tell me, because of which layer this pollen grain can be preserved as a fossil? It's okay, Nitesh. Okay, Bangalore chain. Which chain we from the Bangalore? Urban. Okay, Srushti ma'am is there, right? Okay. Okay, guys. Now you tell me the answer. I will just launch the poll, okay? Yeah. I'm launching the poll. You tell me which is the correct answer, guys. I'm expecting actually the correct answer because very, very easy question, right? Whichever the questions I brought you today, right? These all are NEET previous year questions. 2024 re-exam also happened, right? That also question I have taken here. Yeah, I'm ending the poll, guys. Very good. I got most of the correct answers. Sharing the result. Very good. Very good. Yeah. See here. Yes, the correct answer is exine layer. That is a C. Right? We have studied that in the pollen grain. In the pollen grain, we have studied that the pollen grain is having the outer, that is the exine layer, that is made up of the sporopollenin, where it is a remain or it is not being affected. The sporopollenin is not been affected by the alkaline condition, acidic condition, and from the enzymes also. Enzymes also cannot break the sporopollenin. Then you will get the question, ma'am, where from where the pollen tube will be formed, or from the where the male gamete is going to be released. Then sporopollenin is not going to be entered or not going to be spoiled by anything means. Here, germ pore will be there, right? In the germ pore, the sporopollenin will be not there. From the germ pore, the male gamete is going to be released, right? Male gamete means which is that? Vegetative cell or the generative cell? Generative cell, right? Okay. You know that the intine or the inner layer that is made up of the cellulose and pectin. Remember this. Okay. Then here we'll go to the pollination, guys. The question is, identify the set of correct statement. Remember here, I'm asking about the correct statement, not wrong, incorrect. Okay. Let us see, guys. The flower of Vallisneria are colorful and produce nectar. Option B, the flowers of water lily are not pollinated by water. Option C, sorry, statement C, in most of the water pollinated species, the pollen grains are protected from wetting. They are protecting from wetting. In this B statement, pollen grains of some hydrophytes. Hydrophytes means the plant which are growing in water. Okay, the plant which are growing in water, they are producing the long and ribbon like pollen grain. E statement, in some hydrophyte, the plants which are growing in the water, the pollen grains are carried passively in water, means any energy is not required for moving the pollen grain. Okay, is that any energy is required to move the pollen grains in the water? Like someone is putting energy and moving? No, right? That is called as passively. Now, tell me the answers. Very good, very good, very good, Rajat. Very good, Dharmi. Very good, Monica. Very good, Nikita. Yes, the correct answer for this is yes, option D. Right? Why the option D is correct? The flowers of Vallisneria are colorful and produce the nectar. No, it is not going to be pollinated by the insect there. So that's why does not require any colorful or the nectar. Why to waste the energy? Aram say it is going to be pollinated by the water, right? Why we require that? Yes or no? So that's why it is not colorful, not colorful. And it will not produce the nectar also because it is not going to attract the insect. No, so that's why. Other than that, these all statements are correct. Okay, you can identify this question. There's a fruit. Which fruit? I think strawberry, right? All of you know strawberry, right? Yeah, there's a strawberry structure we studied in the last class also. Now you had to tell me, just imagine strawberry is which type of the fruit, whether it is a true fruit or the false fruit. Now you can answer to this question. What is X given here? What is X given here? This is the edible part. This is the X is nothing but the edible part of strawberry. Now you can tell me. So it is what? What is the X? And here you can see this is a seed-like structure you can see, right? That is called as acne. Acne. Acne is there, right? So these are the acne, a black thing you can see on the strawberry, right? That is the acne. And this is the edible part only. So now you can tell me what is that edible part? Very good, Nitish. What about others? I'm going to relaunch the poll. Now you can answer to this question, guys. Very good, very good, very good. So I got most of the answer. Yeah, 86% given this B answer. If you are not given answer, kindly give me your answer in the chat box. Okay. Thalamus. Thalamus is the correct answer, right? The fruit, the true fruit which is going to be developed from the ovary. It is called as true fruits, right? For example, mango, right? Mango is having the three layer. The outer layer is called as the epicarp, and the middle one, what we will eat, right? So that we will call it as a mesocarp, and the endocarp. Endocarp is nothing but the seed is covered, right? The seed is covered by whenever you're doing the pickle or whenever you're cutting the mango, you are getting like a hard thing right inside. That is nothing but the endocarp. Okay. Then coming to the apple and strawberry is a false fruit because they developed from the thalamus, right? Okay. So now let us understood this question. In which of the following, next question, in which of the following sets of the families, the pollen grains are viable for months? We have studied that, right? The pollen grain will be viable for months, right? In which family? Okay. Option A, you know that Solanaceae, Poaceae, Liaceae. Now you can tell me from this option which one is the correct, guys. Very good, Monica. What about others? Yeah, you can answer me in the chat box only, guys. You can answer me in the chat box only, so I can know that whether you understood or not. Very good, Sanjana. Very good, Nikita. Very good, Kiran. If you're not telling your name is, don't think bad, guys, because your message will go above. That's why. Rakshita, very good. Okay. The correct answer is leguminosae. Right. In the leguminosae, rosaceae and solanaceae, it will viable for the months. Whereas in the rice and wheat, it is available. It is going to be viable for only 30 minutes. Okay, so that's why option D is the correct answer. So one more question, guys. The transfer of pollen grain from anther to the stigma of another flower of a same plant is called as another flower. You can see this. See, this is a bee. What is this called as? This is the same plant, right? Same plant. Another flower of the same plant is called the flower. From the same flower, the pollen grain is going to be fertilized. The same flower means it is called as autogamy. Autogamy. If it is different flower of the same plant means it is called as. Very good, right? Very good, Dharmi. Can you think once again, guys? All are given the wrong answer. Very good, Navya. Very good, Sanju. Very good, Monica. Very good, Sanjana. Yes, NS. Yes, Rajat. Correct answer is Jitunogamy. Right. So, if the pollen grain from the different flower, it is pollinating the flower of the same plant. It is called as Jitunogamy. Okay. The plant is of the different plant. The pollen grain from this plant, it is going to be pollinate this different plant. It is called as xenogamy, cross pollination. Xenogamy. Remember this. Okay, autogamy, jitinogamy, and xenogamy. Xenogamy is called as cross-pollination also. Now the next question. The ovule of an angiosperm is technically equivalent to ovule. Ovule we also call as what? It is technically equivalent to what? Very good, Kiran. Very good. Now you're answering, guys. Now you answered. Think once again. Think once again, guys. Very good, very good. Yeah. So the ovule is technically equivalent to option A, megasporangium. Option A, you have seen this, right? Ovule. Ovule inside that, ovule is nothing but the megasporangium only. Ovule is also called as megasporangium. Okay. Or megasporophyte. Okay. Which is called as megasporophyte, guys. Megaspore mother cell. Megaspore mother cell is called as megasporophyte. Megaspore mother cell. It is also called as megasporophyte. Okay, fine. So let us go to the next question. Meanwhile, I will launch the poll, guys. Okay, I will launch the NPS poll. You can give me your class feedback. Okay, fine. The assignment for you is you have to read the polyembryony and the apomixis. Okay. While coming to the next class, I will ask the question from that topic. You have to be ready with that. Okay. So all are given the feedback. You can see this question, guys. Which one of the following statement is not true? Okay. Pollen grain of many species cause the severe allergies. Stored pollen in the liquid nitrogen can be used in the crop breeding program. Tapetum helps in the diescence of the anther, and exine of the pollen grain is made up of sporopollenin. This question is asked in 2016. If you, yeah, can you answer this question? Which one of the statement is not true? Not true. Which statement is not correct in this? Very good, Dharmi. Very good. What about others? Kiran, very good. Yes, HP. Sorry. Yes, Nitesh. Yes, Bhavya. Yes, Nikita. Very good, guys. Very good. The correct answer is option C. Tapentum is helps in the digestion. No, yaar. It is helping in the giving the nourishment. Right. Here you can see the epidermis and the endothelium and the another one middle layer that is going to be help in the digestion, which is called as a line of digestion. Stomium is called as line of digestion. Line of digestion. Right? Okay, this much for the today's class, guys. Let us meet in the tomorrow's class. Okay? Let us meet in the tomorrow's class. Do you have any questions? Okay. Thank you, Rajat. Bye, Navya. Thank you, Nitesh. Okay, guys. Bye bye. Bye, Sanjana. Bye, Navya. Thank you. Bye, Rakshita. Fine, guys. Have a nice evening. Bye. Let us meet in the next class.